Hello, FPB, and all the poets and blossoms out there, and to all our viewers worldwide. Welcome to our blossoming show, the MEBS, the Mother Eagle Blossom Show. I am so excited to introduce one of the excellent poets in the land. He was born on 19th June 1971 at Kakinada to Sri Nivasa Rao and Mount Satyavani. He had his schooling and graduation in his hometown. After completing his diploma in education, he served as a government teacher for a short period. His degree in law brought him into law practice. His commitment to social service brought him many laurels. He served Rotary International in various capacities and represented India as a panelist of Rotary International Convention, Singapore. Inspired by his mother, who is also a poetess of repute in Telugu literature, he started writing though at an early age. From class 9th, he seriously took to writing English poetry during the lockdown period due to COVID-19. His first exposure to Facebook and other literary platforms began in the year 2020. Muse India, Literoma, B Literate, and other e-magazines published in his poems in various anthologies. He's a member of nearly 100 literature groups. He actively contributes his poems to various competitions. He's an administrator in the Heaven International Passion of Poetry and Eternal Flames, United Poets at Heart, Emerging Society of Arts and Letters. Let me welcome now our distinguished guest, no other than Sai Prakash from India. Hello, Sai. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you, Helen? Thank you very
I'm
much for
good.
giving me an opportunity to be on your prestigious show. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're so welcome. And it's my honor to have you here. So how do
Yeah,
you
thank
feel that you are now in the MEBS at our
Yeah,
show?
yeah. It's quite interesting that I got this invitation while I was visiting your one of your first videos. In fact, the maiden video that you made on this particular platform. I have left a comment, and rightly you have invited me, and I am privileged to be your first poet to be on the show. Thank you very much. It's
Yes, I'm
indeed an
so
honor.
happy to have
Yeah,
you.
my pleasure.
Because we are, co-admins
I I
in the
I I
Passion
I
of
thought I
Poetry.
thought Mother Eagles only take in female poets, but
Of
thank you very much.
course not.
Mother, son and a daughter are same, right?
Yes, it's unfair for the for the for the poets, if I just take them female.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you should be also exposed because you are the rock of poetry.
Thank you,
I consider
thank
you
you,
the
thank you,
strength of poetry. So
thank you.
you are one I consider the tough admin in the passion of poetry. Tough in the way of screening the posts of members. Is it because of your upbringing that you are conservative in approving posts, or you are simply abiding by the group rule?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it was just like I was into Passion of Poetry by some recommendation. So somebody asked me to serve Passion of Poetry, though I was serving Heaven International as a administrator there. So it came as a quite surprise, and within a few days I was promoted as an admin there. And my main job is to see that I'm a chief security officer, a gatekeeper of POP. Mm, yep,
So,
it's indeed an honor.
so yeah. But I am just curious because I came late in the passion of poetry. Did you um Did you join the passion of poetry when it started, or you just invited after months or years?
No, no, no. In fact, my exposure on Facebook is regarding poetry is quite a short term. It's that I have celebrated my first poem posted on Facebook in a particular poetic platform is on 23rd of September 2020. So it's
Yeah.
less than 1 year that I was there. But as soon as I entered, I was writing prolifically 10 to 12 poems a day. In fact, at
Wow.
nights. Yeah, that's how I completed my 3,000 poems, nearly 3,000
Oh
poems.
my
Um,
God.
uh, yes, yes, yes. So it happened so that Rita Chug ma'am was quite kind enough in supporting me on various platforms. She asked me whether I can give my services to Pop also. So as soon as Pop has started, maybe within a month or two, I was invited, and that's my entry into Pop happened.
Okay, so I can see that you are so active in the pop. I was curious, Sai, are you already retired? Because you have so much time.
Yeah, I couldn't get you. Come again, come again.
I was curious because you have so much time in the pop, in the passion of poetry. I can see
Yep,
you
yep,
always there. Are you not
yep.
working anymore? You're only focusing in poetry right now?
No, 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 no. Myself, I'm an advocate by profession now and an assistant professor in a law college. So whatever the time I find, I dedicate it to poetry and helping out. In fact, most of the platforms that I am an admin or a moderator. I'm a bit a technical savvy person. So whenever there is a problem in that particular group, I volunteer myself to sort out that problem. Like it could be a problem from Facebook or some other leaving administrator who has put in some technical issues into the group. So more like this, that I am more interested in solving the problems rather creating any.
Wow, how lucky are the groups you are in because you are so dedicated.
Yep. Yep. In fact, Helen, I feel proud to share this issue with you. In the first few months of POP, I was awarded the best admin because I was either declining or attending or accepting posts more than 1,800 within 20 days. So
My God,
I
how did
hold
you
a
do
record. I
that?
hold a record. I hold
How
a
did you
record.
do that? You
Yes,
have, are you sleeping?
yes, yes. No, I sleep. I sleep, but whenever I am alert, I have a very good eye. I can say God's grace. I can spot a single letter word, though it is not up to the mark of POP or some other organization. I will certainly go through it within. As I write my poems, also within 8 to 9 minutes, each of my poem.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So I can go through a number of posts. For example, I can go through around more than 100 posts a day in any group, any given group.
But Sai, what I observe now, you look younger than your picture. In-
Yes, yes, yes,
what
yes.
happened? What happened? What did you do?
uh,
Because
yes, I
I'm
was
looking at
sharing
your
this joke.
picture.
Yes, I was sharing this joke with one of my friends last night that I need not go to a boutique or some other beauty parlor because I'm a male. I love myself, whatever is given by my parents as heritage and heredity. And then God's grace.
That's it. So thank you, thank you. I feel that you are so much prepared in all
No,
aspects.
but most of the time I'm extempore. Most of the time I'm extempore. Neither I prepare myself nor put a pack on my face. neither to my poems.
Okay. Anyway, I'd like to ask: is poetry runs in your blood? Because it's stated in your bio that your mother is also a poetess.
Yep. It's not like that. There is no heritage that I can be proud of. But let me tell you, my mother is a prolific writer in my vernacular language, Telugu, my mother tongue. In fact, she has completed more than 3 Satakams. So Satakam means one Sataka includes 100 poems. So she has written 300 poems, which is very rare.
Wow,
So 3
that's
Satakams,
amazing.
that too on devotional front. That is very difficult.
My God,
So
where is she
it's
right now?
unlike English, Telugu is a bit tricky one, and that too to have a particular title being carried all through the 300 poems is not an easy job. So I bow to
Yes,
her, and maybe
precisely.
her contributions has made me think like this. When my mother is doing this, I should also do certain contribution to the literature. So what I thought, maybe let me have a try. And as I am more exposed to English rather than my own vernacular language, because most of the time I have completed my studies in English medium. So I tried it. In fact, let me share this news with you, which I am very proud of.
Yes,
Though I have completed my all other sorts of education in English, only my primary level up to 5th class, I have been exposed to English. Because the fortunate thing it happened that early in my educational career, I was exposed and I was trained by an Anglo-Indian and a wonderful teacher. She came along with me till 1st class only. So I'm very happy that Cynthia Miss has put in the seeds. Till today, I
yes,
search for her. If she is there, I will certainly make a statue of her for the future generations. That was such an
yes.
impression that I have on her, and she's the one who has more contributed to my English now.
That's nice. Amazing. So, where's your mother right now?
She's into her own Zoom meeting now. I stay with my mother. Let me tell you, Helen, we are very fortunate in South India and entire India. Though we attain the age of 18 or 80, as long as our parents are there, we love to be with them. So no nuclear families, no boom booms and other things. We are a joint family. I live with my mother. I'm very proud to say that
I
she
love
doesn't live with me.
that.
I live with my mother. Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. That is how close your family there. And
Yes. Yes.
here also maybe some of the families. I can't say all, but
Yes.
that's our also what we are doing here in the Philippines also.
Yes.
My mother was with me before she left also.
Yes.
Anyway, Sai, can you share with us your one of your poems that you think very important or very significant to you?
I don't say, yeah, as a mother eagle, you should know each of your eaglet is very lovable to you. Each of my poem it directly comes from my heart. So nothing I write on any provocation or any other thing. Whatever I feel like, it directly comes from my heart. In fact, as we are into autumn now, yesterday or today morning itself, I have written a small poem. It's the title of the poem is On a Misty Morning. On a misty morning.
I love the
Um,
title.
yes. Thank you. Let me recite now. On a misty
Okay,
morning
go.
is the title of the poem. Still the grasses carried the dew, kissing their roots. Still the grasses carried the dew, kissing their roots. Last night's flakes, still alive. I half opened my eyes, behold. I half opened my eyes, behold, an angel walking on her toes. An angel walking on her toes, her anklets, though not visible. Her anklets, though not visible to a naked eye, her anklets, though not visible to a naked eye, she could not silence the kinds. She could not silence the kinds, draped in her finest of silks, draped in her finest of silks, edges of her Goldilocks, edges of her Goldilocks, tripped in winter's malaise, tripped in winter's malaise, her shivers, her shivers, heatening up the surroundings, her shivers, heatening up the surroundings. Now I can see, now I can see much more clear. Now I can see much more clear her swan-like gait, her swan-like gait, measured steps, not to awaken, measured steps not to awaken sleepy grass flowers, not to awaken sleepy grass flowers. Who else can she be? Who else can she be except my heroine? Who else can she be except my heroine of my dreams last night? Many more, many more preceding nights, many more preceding nights. Now I proclaim my search all through these years. My search all through these years culminated on her arrival. Now I proclaim my search all through these years culminated on her arrival. Thank you.
Wow, that is a kind of romantic piece, very deep. To whom did you dedicate that poem? Can you share with us also?
How else can I and who else can I dedicate when I have my beautiful wife back home?
Wow. Congratulations to her. She's so lucky to have you. So,
Thank you.
what's
Thank
the
you.
impact of that poem on your life?
Yes. In fact, Helen, if you go through the lines, it is a node to nature. It is a node to nature. I should tell you, the woman in this particular poem who is wearing the anklets is nothing else but Mother Nature.
Yes, yes. So wonderful. So, have you written that just recently, or it's an old poem?
No, it's a very recent poem that I have written. It's not
Yeah.
an old poem. Old poems I have written on autumn maybe 10 to 15, but this is the latest one.
Yeah, that's nice. Anyway, when you started joining the passion of poetry, Sai, was it from the day it started, or what? I mean, what you have observed with the people from other countries? Because passion of poetry, has different members from different countries. So, what have you
Yes, yes,
observed?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, to admit with pride, all other platforms that I had as admin or moderator, they are international in nature. So it gives me a wonderful opportunity to interact with various submissions. And as I go through all the poems, whichever are put to my um, notice. So what I do is there are various people, those whose poems are not even written in English. I do see Filipino poets submissions, then Nigerians and from the Eurasia sector, whatnot. So I go through their translations. I try to catch the pulse of that particular poem, though I don't say that I carry them back at my mind. No, no. I'm an individual by myself. Most of, to be very honest, till date, to be honest with you, till date or any other date, I'm the least read man who has turned myself into a poet. In fact, I don't have a dictionary back home. That's why my poems are so simple. In fact, I have written a poem on being simple also, because I don't coin words that are too deep in their coinage. So I never search for certain words to be again going back somebody who is my reader, going back to a dictionary or some other place, getting its meaning. So this is my
Yes,
philosophy from
that's
the
true.
beginning, and I will continue it.
I love
And
that.
let me admit, Helen, I never call myself a poet even. My poetry is like a poetic prose. It
Yes,
goes very
yes.
smooth.
And mine too.
Rather than after searching some other sites, I came to know that there is a particular style of poetry that I write that is called as a poetic prose or descriptive poems, whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah, because we also need to write a poem which is, understandable to many so that it
Yes.
can be
Yes.
easily
Yes.
digested and it can easily inspire. And there's no way to look for that word, what's the meaning of it. So that's simple. For me, that's a very beautiful way of writing because we
Yes.
write in order to reach people. And how can we reach people
Yeah,
if,
yeah.
yeah,
Helen, let me submit another submission here. In fact, I have told on many of my other live shows that mostly I write poems to explain my way of thinking or seeing the world to my two kids. One is into his first year of Bachelor of Engineering. The other is still in his eighth class. So whenever I write, it is my habit that I read to my family members, my mother, my wife, two of my kids. So once they have a tear in their eyes or an appreciation of instant nature, then I will go on to post. So it is my yes, it is my magic trick that I do before them,
yes,
even before
good
going on to the
idea.
stage.
Good
Yes,
idea because before you posted it to, to the group or to wherever you want to, it has the approval of your family. And if you, notice them that they like your poetry, then you have, the confidence. You're confident to post it.
let me tell you here, they don't have any other option either because I make them sit to my poems at around 2 o'clock at night. So sleepily they listen, they clap, and they sleep again.
That's nice. You have their support. You have their support. And it's
Yes,
really good if your family is supporting of what you are doing in
yes,
any, in any activity that you are having. It's good that
yes,
your family will support you. It will fuel you to do more, right? So, um, when you, what do you have an English language translated to, no, your own language, then you translated to English?
never,
Can you
never,
read that
never,
for
never,
us?
never,
Yeah.
never, 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 never. In fact, let me tell you, I have come across quite some people being in some moderator positions. They directly admitted that they write in their own mother tongue and they get the help of Google Translator or some other modes of translation. Till date, let me tell you, Helen, either I'm a bilingual poet, I write in my own mother tongue also, very few, but I never tried a translation process. If I want to write,
Okay. So
yeah.
meaning if
If
you
I
are
want to write
writing in your own
either in my language or English, it's like I always admit this. Once I sit for writing, it's not Sai Prakash who is writing. Here back in India, we say there is a mother goddess for knowledge. She is called as Saraswati. So Mother Saraswati, I feel like she is sitting beside me, either it be a romantic poetry or some other poems that I write. She takes my hand and it's how that I write. Because I never recheck or re-edit or do something. Because I can say whether my poems are of top quality or not. They are my genuine feelings.
but can you recite one poem in your mother tongue? Do you
Yes,
have?
yes. And yeah,
Because I'm
sure,
just
sure.
curious how it sounded.
It's very wonderful opportunity because I am now on an international show. that many of the
Yes, yes.
audience will get to know how my mother tongue sounds.
Yeah.
At the end of the poem recitation, I will surely share the free translation of that particular poem in English too, so that they
Yes.
can have the pulse of that particular poem and its mood. The title of the poem I shall read in my own mother tongue, called Telugu, which is a Aryan in origin, but it has its own roots in Sanskrit and other Dravidian languages. So it's a Dravidian language for that matter, and it is a very ancient language, I can say. Um, with your permission, I am going to read this. The
Yes,
title of the
please,
poem is
please
Guruvu.
proceed.
Guruvu. Guruvu. అమ్మ ఒడిలో దిద్దని నా తొలి అక్షరాల గుడి నా బడి. తల్లి చాటున దాక్కుని భయం భయంగా చూసిన ఆ చూపులు నాకు ఇప్పటికీ ఒక మధుర జ్ఞాపకమే. తల్లిలా సముదాయించి మీ ఒడిలో దిద్దించిన తొలి అక్షరాలు నా బ్రతుకు నావకు చుక్కాణి అయి సుదూర సాగర తీరాలకు నన్ను క్షేమంగా చేర్పించిన, అప్పుడు మొదటిసారిగా నా మనోఫలకంపై నిలిచిన మీ అస్పష్ట చిత్రానికి అర్పించేను నా జోతలు. తల్లి తినిపించిన గోరుముద్దల నుండి మొదలైన నా ప్రయాణం మీ ముంగిట నా స్వహస్తాలతో ఆహారం ఆరగించినప్పుడు నా స్వశక్తి నాకు తెలియవచ్చింది. శ్రవణం, భాషణం, పఠనం, లేఖనం అనే విలువిద్యలతో నన్ను నేటి విలుకాడుగా తీర్చిదిద్దిన మీ నైపుణ్యం అమోఘం. తరగతి బడిలో గీసిన పిచ్చి గీతలు, స్వాతంత్ర దినోత్సవం నాడు రాసిన రాతలు నేడు నన్ను ఒక చిత్రకారునిగా, కవిగా నిలబెట్టాయి అనే సంగతి నిర్వివాదాంశం. క్రీడలలో మీరు నేర్పించిన ఓర్పు, నేర్పు నేటి నా జీవిత ప్రయాణంలో ఎదురయ్యే ఒడిదుడుకులను మందహాసంతో అధిగమించే మనోధైర్య వీచికలు. అందుకే మీరు నా బ్రహ్మ, విష్ణు, మహేశ్వర్లు. అందుకే మీరు నా బ్రహ్మ, విష్ణు, మహేశ్వర్లు. వాటన్నిటికీ మించి మీరు నా గురువులు. వాటన్నిటికీ మించి మీరు నా గురువులు. Helen, this particular language called Telugu is termed as Italian of the East. Italian of the East. It has a specific feature where every sentence ends with the om, means bhayam, yam means zero. So it ends with a note, a specific feature. And let me tell you, though this particular language is very predominantly spoken in the southern Indian part or South Indian part of India.
Italian
This is like, yes, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, there are 5 southern states, including Kerala. So people predominantly speak this language in Andhra and Telangana, 2 states, like 2 provinces of a nation, right? This particular language, termed as Italian of the East, has the patronage of wonderful emperors. In fact, a neighboring emperor who is called Sri Krishna Devaraya of Vijayanagara Empire, he said, "Desa bhashalandu Telugu lessa." That means out of all the Indian languages, Telugu is the best. He is not a speaker of Telugu. He is a Kannadiga. He speaks Kannada as his mother tongue. So this is how Telugu occupies a wonderful position. And most of the Carnatic languages, Carnatic signs, what we call music, majority of the Carnatic classical, what you say, music is composed in Telugu.
Wow,
So
it's so
before
fascinating
going
to
on,
hear that
yes,
language,
yes,
Telugu.
yes.
Yeah.
And let me share with you the free translation of this poem that I have just recited. The title is Teacher. The title
I
is
see.
Teacher. Guru
Okay.
means teacher. Yeah. Those
Okay,
missed
okay, that's
alphabet that I missed, those missed alphabet that I missed in my mother's lap, I am giving you out the nearest meaning.
yes, yes,
Those missed
yes.
alphabet that I missed in my mother's lap, I learned from you. Till today, I fondly remember my first sight of you hiding behind my mother. Those missed alphabet that I missed in my mother's lap, I learned from you. Till today, I fondly remember my first sight of you hiding behind my mother. How can I offer my gratitude? How can I offer my gratitude? You made a toddler an efficient sailor. You made a toddler an efficient sailor voyaging the rough seas. Equipped with oars of knowledge, you crafted. Equipped with oars of knowledge, you crafted each of my lines drawn on the blackboard. Each of my lines drawn on the blackboard, you converted them into meaningful art. Each of the lines drawn on the blackboard, you converted them into meaningful art. My verses you arranged in order. My verses you arranged in order, making a poem out of them. Making a poem out of them. Those fun-filled games, I learned sportsmanship. On every defeat, staring wild, I fought back with resolve. Those fun-filled games, I learned sportsmanship. On every defeat, staring wild, I fought back with resolve. You made me battle ready. You made me battle ready to face the upheavals of life with a smile. Who else can I compare you with? Who else can I compare you with except the Holy Trinity? Who else can I compare you with except the Holy Trinity? You are my Brahman, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. You are my Brahman, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. Thank you.
Wow, that's wonderful, amazing. Is that for your mother? I'm just curious because I cannot catch everything up.
Yes. I have a different poem that I am going to recite if you permit a little bit afterwards. But
Yes.
this is in fact a note to my teacher. And as you know, every mother is a first teacher.
Yeah, very nice, very beautiful, and I can still, can still feel the other one in your mother tongue. That it's so fascinating. I feel, I am so glad to have this kind of platform that, I am able to hear different languages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I feel like very international now. Because I'm
Yes,
just
you are.
very
You are,
thoroughly
Helen. Yes.
reciting Greek.
Yes. Yes.
And then
You
now
now after completion of 3 to 4 of your programs, Mother Eagle Blossom, so you are sure an international icon.
thank you for that. Yeah, I love this. I realized that, I didn't think of this when I started the program, but I feel that I am really soaring around the world to listen your different language in
Yes.
any part of the world. So thank you
Beware,
very much,
beware.
Sai, for
Maybe you won't find any time for your writing, your own writing.
yes. If I have time, I was not able to prepare, but I'd love to, because I am inspired with you. So I love to, to recite my poem written in my
Sure.
dialect also.
Please,
So
please,
I'll
please,
try to
please.
find
It's
it
an honor to
now.
listen to you. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for the interest. Anyway, um, what was your impression, or still your impression, as a member of the Filipino Poets and Blossoms? What do we need more in order to make it more blossoming? Can we have your
Yes.
suggestions,
Yeah.
Sai?
It's indeed a wonderful group. I have gone through it many times, and quite some time I have been awarded. See, no sessions as on today, because it's a wonderful group and it's going good. Because I am too young to this particular platforms, I can say, yes, there is very much scope where you can grow across the oceans. It's once the title Filipino, it is to be taken like this. Say, if I start something like Indian, people feel like it is only for Filipinos, but you are welcoming everybody with your
Yes.
open arms. That is to be more highlighted, so that more people can come on to you, to the particular
Yes.
group.
during the festival, actually, I supposed to invite the Passion of Poetry, but maybe I was really, really, exhausted. My time was really lacking. So it was not, pushed through because Annette also had what we call this, had other meetings in other, events.
Yes.
So maybe next time I will do that
Yes.
because I really
Yes.
love to, embrace all the groups because we consider all as our friends and we need to
Yeah.
be, you know,
There,
connected.
there is a Vedic saying like Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Helen, we all belong to a single family, the whole
That's
world.
true.
Yes, you may have your own language, your own culture, your own eating habits, whatnot. But yes, we are a single world. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, they say.
That's true. That's true. Now, Sai, do you have something to promote here, or like, for example, you want to invite poets to your, groups, any groups like the Passion of Poetry or whatever group you are into, you can invite.
Yeah, thank you very much, Helen. First, I wish to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Rather than inviting some people or some poets onto some different groups, I
Yes.
invite you all to visit my personal timeline. That's much more beneficial. Today, we have seen off late that certain groups, they may exist or may not exist. They may wither at the point of time. And as the Facebook is going to be a bit more meta now. Maybe I foresee certain more paid services for poets too. So I invite on this particular platform, from this particular platform, that visit my timeline, because I am a poet, either posting or not posting onto groups.
So that's it. So I will read here, Sai. I found, it's kind of just my newest poem
Yeah, sure.
entitled "Heavy Drops of Rain" because I have a translation of this to my dialect.
Yeah.
But I think I have to read first my dialect before translating it.
Yes.
You would love it.
Yes, sure.
Ah, my God, this is very small. I have to enlarge. I have, problem in my sight.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is the title, Mga Tinagaktak sa Ulan. Kusog kaayo ang bunok sa ulan sa sayo nga kagabhion. Nanambalik ka nako ang handurawan sa kabatan nga sa diin ikaw ang kanunay nako nga ginahandon. Kamusta ka na? Susama ba ang mga gibati ta karon? Nahinumdum ka ba sa mga ulan nga atong gitamasa? Hilabihan natong gipugan ang bulog sa mga luha. Kabalaka nga nagpatigbabaw sa atong mga huna-huna. Dili nato madawat kung kita pagabulagon ni Bathala. I'm smiling here because I understand. Ang panapakyas ang tanan natong mga gipangandoy. Ang atong mga palad wala makiuyon sa mga hinuhuyohoy. Sa mga katuigan nga ng labay, unsa ang imong asoy. Asa ka man sa mga nagaging panahon nga misutoy. Sa mga nanglabay nga mga takna imo bang gikalimtan, mga panaad natong duha imo na lang bang gipasagdan. Apan ngano nga sa akong kasing-kasing dili ka makalimtan. Unsa ba kining gibati kanimo nagapos akong dughan. Unta madungog mo ang mga kusog nga tinagaktak sa ulan ug makita mo ang akong panagway sa imong galamhan. Bation mo ang katim-o sa gugma sa akong handurawan. Tagamtamon mo sa imong galamhan gugmang hilabihan. Okay, and this is the translation.
Yeah, please.
The heavy drops of rain. How heavy were the drops of rain in an early twilight. Were you the content of my heart this very night. My thoughts splash when we're young and innocent. How are you? Do we feel the same at this moment? Do you still remember the rain that we both savored? The cascades of our tears were so much controlled of. We were full of worries about the destiny of our love. We couldn't accept if the mighty above split us apart. But we failed our dreams to be together for a lifetime. Tell me your stories, that why you became not mine. Our fortune did not go with the blaring of the breeze. Where are you? As time flies fast, you left me in craze. Did you just forget me easily in all those passing time? Do you only take for granted the promises we entwined? But why that still now I am haunted by your shadow? What this feeling is, my heart is still bind up with you. Can you hear these heavy drops of rain? I wish you do. Feel my love, greatness, and your deep fantasy through. Let me face Let my face be painted into your illusion and reminisce, relish in your greatest depth how intense this feeling is. That's it. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. In fact, in fact, you have invited rain here. You can, if you can put out your ears carefully, there are pitta raindrops now. It is showering here.
Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful poem, and well translated into English. Um, uh, how you have matured this particular poem from childhood to last love. Wonderful, Helen. Yeah, I should congratulate you.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you. I
wonderful,
just
wonderful.
just written it
Yeah,
because it's always raining here, and then
yes, yes. I
yeah,
have
our
quite a
fantasy
few Filipino
works.
friends. They make me aware of the loud thunders and water coming into their homes also. Yes, apart from you, there are some other poets that keep the weather of Philippines known to me.
Yes. So that's it. And I am also thankful that I am inspired that you're reading your poem in Telugu, and I had in mind that I have to read mine too, because it's good thing to show the world that different languages, different dialects. Well, now,
Yes.
lastly, Sai, I just want to ask you, what's your message for all the poets worldwide?
Yeah, in fact, Helen, let me read with your permission the last poem that I have scheduled for this particular meeting before giving out a message or not. Will you? Yeah, am I permitted?
Yeah, sure. You are very
Yes.
much welcome.
Yes. In fact, as this, it's like a tribute or a nod to Mother Eagle show. It is purely written for my mother, written on my mother and for my mother, by me, not by my mother. So the title of this particular poem, you can relate your forum also here. I can confidently say this. She never asked a node. She never asked a node is the title of the poem. She never asked a node. She is the first ray of life. She is the first ray of life I witnessed. She is the first ray of life I witnessed, just relieved of pleasure and pain. Yet she smiled back to me while I cried. I'm referring to the labor pains. She is the first ray of life I witnessed, just relieved of pleasure and pain. Yet she smiled back to me while I cried. My cry first sign that I am alive. My cry first sign that I am alive. Her smile, she is also alive. She is also alive. As they say, an issue to a woman, a delivery to a woman is a second birth. So
Yes.
her smile, she is also alive. Our bond and baggage continues till date. Our bond and baggage continues till date. The moment I turned over my belly, she made sweets, invited a big gathering. She anxiously waited for my first touch of my feet onto the ground. She anxiously waited for my first touch of my feet onto the ground. She was everywhere. She was everywhere, in front, beside, and beyond. She was everywhere, in front, beside, and beyond. Each time I moved ahead, her heart missed a beat. Each time I moved ahead, her heart missed a beat in surprise. I swayed. I fell, yet she kept her eyes focused. I swayed, I fell, yet she kept her eyes focused. She lifted me into air. Showing the world to me. She lifted me into air, showing the world to me for the first time. She held my hand, took me on a stroll. She held my hand, took me on a stroll, those colorful skies and beyond. My another first sight of nature, so bright. Her words I repeat umpteen times. Grammar and syntax well taken care. Relations and friends introduced with care. First spoon of porridge, well supervised. She made me stand on my own. Finishing my education at home. She, the professor, sent me to school into the open world. She sent me to the school into the open world. She is there every time. She nursed an injury on my fall. Made me stand once again. I grew my mustache. And a few hairs on my chin. She called them a beard. I grew my mustache and a few hairs on my chin. She called them a beard. She gave out a smile. And declared, you are no longer a boy. She gave out a smile and declared, you are no longer a boy, but a man. I felt my muscles surge under my shirt. Surge under my shirt. She brought me in alliance, a beautiful woman, whom I call my wife. She brought me an alliance, a beautiful woman, whom I call my wife. She retired herself to a rocking chair. Reminiscing my thoughts each time, a little smile across her lips, nursing my child on her lap, repeating history once again. I often wonder what to say. She never demanded an ode on her. Though I wished many times. She is the one who made me write. Excuse me. She is the one who made me write thousands of poems on pages so wide. She is the one who made me write thousands of poems on pages so wide. You may feel this is an ode. She may agree. Not I. She may agree, not I. No one can write an ode so great. Touching mother's love incomplete. A few lines numbered can do no justice. Mother's love, touching, mother's love, incomplete, a few lines, numbered, can do no justice on mother's care. Numbered, a few lines, can do no justice on mother's care. Thank you.
What a very touching poem. And, it reflected you as a man, that you really have a high respect to a woman. And she doesn't need an ode for her, but you made it because, it's not a plan, but it goes from your heart. So, it shows your being you, Sai. You are such a kind person, and you have very huge respect to all the mothers. And it impacted me because I am a mother too. A mother, a teacher to my children, and a mother eagle of the Filipino Poets and Blossoms.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, that was very, perfectly written. That was amazing. So my salute to you. Very
Thank you.
nice. And I am so happy, Sai. I am so happy that I chose you to be the first male guest here because, I was, I thought you were strict, you were tough. And that's because sometimes in the Filipino, oh no, I'm sorry, in the Passion of Poetry, when I have to ask something that I need to clarify, I always, chat Dennis because I am hesitant to open that to you. That's why I choose you because I want to know you more
Yeah.
deeply. So I'm so thankful that I can see that you are such a wonderful person. And I am happy to be your friend. And you
Thank
have
you.
shown your being you to the world also. So
Thank
that made my show, Mother Eagle Blossom Show, great because I have you tonight.
Thank you.
And anyway, do you have something to say? What do you call this? Message for everyone, even
Yeah,
for
yeah.
your family. You can
The,
message it here.
yeah, my message begins with a big thank you to you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my thoughts and my feelings. In fact, just like I was sharing to a great friend of mine. Thank you, Helen. You've been wonderful on this particular show, and you gave an opportunity to give out my heartfelt feelings. And there is no such message, but I should say this because. Poetry or poems, or for that matter, to be an individual. It takes in a lot of courage to write and more courage to post them and to expect something. See, it's like an art that is hidden somewhere. Yeah, at times they may be appreciated, they may not be appreciated. Whatever may come, because you have cried out your heart. See, every poem need not get you a certificate. Every poem need not be well appreciated. Maybe people
Yes.
may give out a good constructive criticism, and some others may say this is not at all a poem. See, what others may feel. It's your internal feeling that counts. So do write more. Not as prolific as me, writing around 3,000 poems within 1 year span, but yes, put your into good use because see, recognition comes to you as soon as people see dedication in you. Once you are dedicated, there's no stopping. See, let me tell you, I'm very fortunate to be featured on many talk shows, many live recitations. It comes naturally to you. I have never begged anybody till date, and I don't think that I will do it any further. So this is how once and let me share a secret with all of you on this particular platform. Being an Indian, there are very many limitations. Say, for example, my way of writing is to international audience along with the Indian people. So whenever I need to put out a strong verse or some national word, say for example, if I say Ganga, people may not understand it. If I
Yes.
say something like Tulasi, they may not understand the real meaning of it. Or even if I refer to a particular style of dance in Indian way, people may not understand because India in itself is what they say unity in diversity. We have more than 1,500 languages spoken, 23 to 24 languages recognized under the Constitution. So it is that I cannot communicate fully with them if I use certain words that are not known, and I don't think that each of my unknown word should be put an asterisk mark somewhere and some more rating is added. I don't do such things. So instead of using Ganga, a more known name, Ganges, is used. Instead of Tulasi, I used Basil. See, this is how I go. I write to international audience, and that too, Helen, let me tell you this. I don't know about the earlier poets and the Victorian or Elizabethan period or Romanticism or something else. What I need to say is, whatever your capacity, never try to expand into unknown fields like coinage of a particular word which is not very popular.
Yes.
Right to the heart of the people who reads. Because I might have, I don't say that it is particularly that I'm putting my stamp on it, but I have
Yes.
very many readers who may written after 8 to 10 hours of toil at a factory. For them, poem should be read along the lines, not say they have to get a translator and go through it. See, so I choose small words, small verses. So I give a very good picture out of it. See, most of my poems either first I write and then I search in Google or some other place for the appropriate picture, or I write to pictures. In fact, I have another record of having written on artists' art that I felt like I should write something on it. So I have around 10 to 15 artists who are poets themselves. I requested their permission and I have wrote on their art pieces. See, this is how I write. So no other message I can say. The message lies in itself that be dedicated, be with discipline, be with determination. If you want to write, you write. Don't wait for something or somebody to clap for you because you have
Yes.
clapped for yourself.
Yes.
That's how you have expressed your feeling. Either it be love,
That's
distress, depression, and let me tell you this thing also.
yes.
Most of the poems that I have written, either on mappers or some other creatures that I came across, like a small butterfly or a silkworm, for that matter, aloe vera or a curry leaf, whatnot, a cuckoo, even a road. So these are common things that we find. Out of it, I branch out that particular poem, and that's how I go. What happens here, Helen, to admit, if I try to follow some style, let me tell you, take for Robert Frost or Sylvia Plath or somebody else. What
Yeah.
happens? See, I'm just mimicking them or imitating them. So where do I stand? Someday when I leave this world with maybe, if God's grace, maybe 10,000 or 15,000 poems down the line, I should be recognized as Sai Prakash, not as mimicking
Yes.
Frost or mimicking Sylvia Plath. So I want to
That's
leave my
true.
mark. I want to leave my mark. That's the message I express and
Yeah.
share with everybody. Leave your mark, whatever may be, however small contribution that you have made to poetry, or for that
Yes.
matter, any field.
We need to be original in our writing,
Yes,
because
yes,
writing is a kind of expressing ourselves. It's we don't need to wait for accolades,
yes.
certificates, just to be recognized, but we have
Yeah,
to be us, we have to be
yeah. Let me
ourselves.
let me tell you me tell you, the other day that I shared around 125 or 130 certificates that I achieved only in October.
Okay.
See, once you are content, once you are content and you are content,
Yeah.
everything is an accolade. Somebody
Yes.
who is very famous coming onto my timeline and putting a just like and saying something that Sai, you have excelled in this particular poem is
Yeah.
itself a noble to me.
That's true. Because, I only just know when uh, was giving a speech for that when we reached 2,000 members in the Filipino Poets and Blossoms,
Yes.
we have the same message. Only that I was telling it by our language that we don't need, if we are really a writer, it is a gift. It is a talent given by God. So we
Yes.
need to be ourselves. We need to express ourselves, to be original, and we don't need to wait for recognition certificates, because
Yes.
we cannot bring that to heaven, that these are my certificates, please accept me here. It is always
Yeah.
our hearts, the content of our hearts,
Yes.
that is very important.
Let me tell you this also. I was prolific. People may ask, is it possible to write 3,000 poems within a span of a year or so? Yes. In fact, out of the 50 or 100 groups that I am active till date, there were a lot of competitions going on. See, if each of the group is to be catered for a particular competitions or very many number of competitions are there in various groups. That is how you get your friends. That is how you are known to people. That's and already I have stopped writing for competitions long back, maybe 2 to 3 months. But those are sweet memories. So see, once you have to be well read, or your poem should reach a lot of people. See, this is how I went. I was posting left and right to all competitions, whether I got recognition or not. There's sure that out of 160 or 167 countries today, I can proudly say, whoever writes on Facebook platform, either they have read my poem or have heard about my name, Sai
Yes.
Prakash.
That's very right. Very right. That's very true. Anyway, Sai, I forgot, because we agreed that it has not to be scripted. So I forgot everything. There in this show, I let my guest to ask me one question or a couple of questions, just to to express myself also. But
Yeah,
I
but
hope
down
you
the
don't
line,
make it difficult for
let me
me to
ask you the
answer.
simple question. Very simple question. Where do you see down the line, maybe a year or two, this particular platform going? Because this is a very fine concept. This is a very, very fine concept.
Thank
Do
you.
you have a plan to involve more than one poet on your show, or any other plans ahead regarding this particular platform?
Platform. For me, I'd like to be to maintain this one-on-one show, because you can, one-on-one, so that
Yes, great.
you can concentrate, you can focus to one person, and you know let them show themselves, share themselves to the world. And it's very important, the conversation is very important, because people may know that you are Sai, but they do not know how beautiful you are inside, and
Yes,
what
yes.
are your plans for the future, messages to the poets. That is very important. So for me, my I can see also that it is very blossoming also.
Yes, yes. In fact,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes.
yes, because I
Really,
have
it's
to
like it's a yes, it's like one-on-one that you gave such an opportunity for not only prominent poets, but maybe in future budding poets will come over here sharing
Yes,
their own views. And
yes,
yes, yes,
yes.
it's a
And
wonderful
don't
platform.
choose
Yes,
only the, the renowned poets, but also the budding poets. They should
yes.
come, should be, exposed, because it's a kind of
Yeah,
platform that,
let me tell you on this particular platform again, how a poet will be known to other people, their biodatas or some other things, their own innate feelings to express. In fact, there
yes,
were quite a few people I need to thank. Sujata Pal, then Geeta Naga, Srikala Vijayan, and Vandana Sudesh. In fact, I have gone on to quite many interviews. In fact,
yes.
um,
And
uh,
you can
they, they,
also,
they were wonderful, just like you. They were wonderful, just like you, giving an opportunity to express ourselves because you
that's
cannot lie on a live show. See,
we need to
because there is
connect
no
people,
ready-made
Sai,
script.
not
No,
only
no.
to our country.
As I admitted, I always talk extempore, no scripts prepared. So,
Yes,
Helen, thank you very much. Helen, thank you very much. Because this particular show of ours means your show, and I am featuring on it, goes into eternity.
and
Some
it
other
will be
day, while
a
my
magazine also.
grandchildren, yes, my grandchildren, when they keep searching for Sai Prakash, they may
Yes,
see
yes.
it on a YouTube,
It will stay
knowing that
forever.
yes, he had a very wonderful friend in by name Helen Sarita, right across the oceans. Maybe you live on the coast of Pacific. I live on the coast of Bay of Bengal. So this is a great confluence. Thank you very much, Helen.
Thank you.
I think I need not ask you much more questions to trouble you.
Okay. That is a very wise question you have thrown to me. So thank you so much for that, and thank you for your passage also, that your messages for the poets. And you are right, we have to be natural, we have to be all, original, and just
Yes.
express your heart through writing a poem, and we will connect each other, not just one country, from one country to other countries, and we will embrace the world. We
Yes.
can, we can express oneness, unity, peace with this kind of platform.
This is how let me tell you this again, Helen, because you gave me this opportunity and
Yes,
you have
yes, right.
instigated this thought. See, this is how people build bridges. To my utter astonishment, I can say, see, people, when I read from across the continents, how come they write on a single subject? See, that is the period. That is the period of thought. What I say, maybe Vedas, holy books, all others are written by poets, right?
Yes, yes.
How that this how see, for example, somebody, can you imagine somebody writing about a torpedo or a cyclone far across? Because people who are twice blessed become poets. They can see, they can visualize the cosmos. They can at the same time visualize a street dog. See,
Yes,
this is a wonderful boon of Almighty God
yes,
all across, not only a single region. Yes,
that's true. And thank you for your thoughts. And you feel the MEBS night, this moment, with your presence, with your wisdom. And I am so much thankful. Namaste.
namaste, namaste,
Namaste.
namaste,
So thank you,
namaste, Helen.
Sai.
Thank you very much.
And this moment is for me unforgettable. It will be, treasured in
Uh,
my heart
my pleasure.
forever, that you're here to share yourselves to the Mother Eagle Blossom Show. Thank you,
Thank you.
and good evening, good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye,
Yes.
Sai. Bye.